Namaskar. We are covering the most important questions that might be asked in upcoming UPSC PT examination 2021. The direct passage is one of them, and it has been news recently because the 6 rovers from different country crossed this dangerous pass without any motorized boat. A completely human power mechanism has drawn by the 6 rover to cross the dangerous direct passage, and this place is significant for civil service aspirants. The type of question that can be framed from this place is like number 1, the direct passage connects A. Indian and Atlantic Ocean, B. Atlantic and Pacific Ocean, C. North Sea and Baltic Sea, D. Pacific and Scotia Sea. Which one is the correct answer? The second question that can be from this is direct passage is located between Port Said in north and Port Louis in south. B. Cape Horn at the tip of South America and the Falkland Island in Atlantic Sea. C. Cape Horn at the tip of the South America and Antarctica Peninsula. D. Port Stanley and Livingstone Island. The next question that can be framed out of the direct passage could be, which of the following facts are correct? Direct passage is influenced by ACC current. It is situated on the under-oceanic plate tectonic boundaries. It is situated on a major choke point of the polar exploration. Then D. It is named after Spanish navigator Francisco de Drake. Which of the sentence are correct? Like A, B, C, D all are incorrect, A, B, C, D all are correct, A, B, C, D are correct, A, B, C are correct. So this kind of permutation combination can also be framed. The other associated questions could be, ACC current in direct passage is A number, a hot, large, greatest and the largest oceanic current. B could be the cold, smallest ocean current. C could be nutrient deficient ocean current. D would be the coldest and the largest ocean current. Which one is the correct in respect of the direct passage? So for coming next 15 minutes, we will go through the topic and we will find the answer to all the above questions. Now, starting with the main framework of the topic that we are going to discuss, please at first have a look of this video. This is an original video of the direct passage. You can see from the shipboard how vague, dangerous the direct passage is. Imagine the way the human 6 people on a boat could have tracked through or the passed through of this dangerous voyageous direct passage. So isn't it interesting to watch one? And this exploration has been termed as the Impossible Raw Project. Moving towards, we will discuss about the various aspects in order to question the main thing. Why it is in the news is because the 6 rovers from the different countries crossed the direct passage in just under 2 weeks after pushing off from the southern tip of South America. This is the first completely human power crossing of the passage. The project was dubbed as the Impossible Raw, for which the team departed from the Cape Horn in Chile and arrived at the Primavera base. This location can be asked in examination. Primavera base on San Martin land on the Antarctic Peninsula. And this is an image, these are the rovers image. This kind of the boat has been used by them to cross the dangerous direct passage. Moving towards next, the geographical location is important. In this map, you can see that on the globe, this is Antarctica, the southernmost continent of our globe, and this is South America. On the southern tip of South America, this is the Pacific Ocean and this is Atlantic Ocean. Between Southern America and Antarctica, this is the direct passage location, to be precise, on the globe. It connects the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. Here it is enlarged, this area has been enlarged in the map. This is the Chile continent in Southern America. This is the tip of the Chile, which is the Cape Horn. From here the rovers have started, and from this they have followed this path and they have reached at the northern tip of Antarctica at this place. So this is the precise direction for the rovers in the drag passage. This location is another of Falkland Island. It is situated in Atlantic Ocean. So question can be framed in such a manner to confuse you with this location, that from Cape Horn to Falkland, or maybe it connects Falkland to Antarctica. You should be very precise that no, it connects southern tips of the Southern America to the Antarctica. This is the precise location of drag passage. In this enlargement you can again see that this is the South Shetland Island. This is supposed to be the extension of the drag passage. It means from this area to this area, not to the Livingstone Island. The question can be framed in a manner to it connects the Cape Horn and the Livingstone Island. No, it connects the Cape Horn and the South Shetland Island in Antarctica. This is Pacific Ocean, Pacific on the western side and Atlantic on the eastern side. So these are small details that you have to keep in your mind. Moving next, is it dangerous to cross the passage, the drag passage? It is dangerous to cross or not, and why, if the rovers have crossed it, has taken so much attention worldwide? So the main thing is, this is the location of drag passage in the map. You see, from this area to this area, in this region there is a current called ACC, Antarctic Circumpolar Current. This is a cold and the world's largest oceanic current system. It divides the warm water of the sub-Antarctic and the cold currents near the Antarctica continent. Due to the mixing of this in the area of the drag passage, usually the water level is very high and it is very rough, and that is why it is considered to be dangerous to cross that passage like that. The ACC is largely responsible for the low temperature that maintains Antarctica massive ice sheets, and it creates turbulence in the drag passage while crossing it. The collision of cold seawater from the south and the warm seawater from the north create powerful eddies. Mind it, powerful eddies. Eddies are a structure like this in the sea, in that if your sea traps here and it falls towards the center of the eddy, there is chances that you will be sucked down into the ocean. So it is dangerous, combined with the harsh winds and the occasional heavy storm, prompting the term drag passage as in drag shake route of the world. This is an enlarged map. In that you can see that this is Southern America, this is Antarctica, here is the drag passage, this is the location of the drag passage, around the drag passage. In this image you can clearly see this is ACC current, and this ACC current was eastward known as the west wind drift. Here you can see that there is the Peru current, which is also known as the Humboldt current. So the presence of this current, the sub-equatorial warm current, and then the presence of the ACC here in the Brazil current. So these all mix up nearby this area. That is why there are strong eddies present into this passage area. The another added factor why it is considered to be one of the dangerous is that it is situated on the under oceanic plate tectonic boundaries, and these under oceanic plate tectonic boundaries are very prone to frequent earthquake. Here in this image you can see this is the Pacific plate tectonic boundaries, and here along this fault line, along this tectonic boundary, this plate moves towards this direction and this plate moves towards this direction, which sometimes result in a huge tremor and followed by earthquake. So that is why in this area of the drag passage there is always turbulence in the sea, and that is why it is considered one of the dangerous passage of the world. Moving towards the next, you should be little bit aware of the fact that what is the history of the drag passage. The drag passage has a grand history of polar exploration. all the people who wanted to go to the southern pole usually have to cross the polar exploration, and it was first discovered in the year 1525 by a Spanish navigator named as Francisco de Horses. Francisco de Horses was the first person who discovered the Drake Passage back in the year 1525. That was a part of the polar exploration. But the Drake Passage gets its name from Englishman Francis Drake. Here the Drake terms can make you confused. So it was not the Francis de Horses who gives name to the Drake Passage, rather than it was an Englishman Francis Drake, and his circumnavigation was known as Drake's Reading Expedition. So after this expedition, this passage was known as the Drake Passage. This was a historical maritime event of the great discovery and significance authorized by the first Queen Elizabeth between 1577 and 1518. If you can recall, during that time, the major chunks of the international trade and the fight over the power was on the control of the oceans and finding new places and area. That voyage. So this voyage make the England's global dominance against Spain. Prior to that, the Spain was considered as one of the global power to find the global voyage route on the sea, but after the finding of the Drake Passage, England's supremacy was proved to the world by that time. Moving towards the next, this is a brief idea about the importance of the Drake Passage, and this passage has the following importance. One of them is that it is an iconic icy cold body of water stretching along 800 kilometers wide between the tip of South America and the South Shetland Island in Antarctica, north of the Antarctic Peninsula. This region connects the southeastern part of Pacific Ocean, mind it, Pacific Ocean, and the southwestern part of the Atlantic Ocean. The southern part of Atlantic Ocean is also known as Scotia Sea. So basically it connects the Pacific Ocean and the Scotia Sea in the Atlantic Ocean. The fluid province of ocean collides is famously one of the most adventurous and extraordinary voyage in the world. This is due to the strong currents caused by the lack of nearby land. This is another added factor why this area is so rough on the sea, is that there is no presence of land nearby, as well as the strength and the structure of waves which can occur particularly in stormy season. In some areas, water currents flows as fast as 150 million cubic meter per second, making it the world's most voluminous current. Crossing the Drake Passage is a traditional part of Antarctic travel. If you have to go to Antarctica by sea route, you have to cross the Drake Passage, viewed by many polar explorers as fundamental component of reaching the nature wonder that Antarctica has to offer to us. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know if this video clarifies your query about the location of the Drake Passage on the globe in the comment section. Now, can you understand as to why the Antarctica voyage is considered as the most adventurous and dangerous across Drake Passage? Can you establish a link between finding new sea routes and spreading new supremacy in dominance politics among the nation in that era? Please answer in comment. And do follow our website ensembleias.com for further this kind of videos. Okay, now coming back to the question that I posed at the beginning, the answer is the Drake Passage connects Pacific and Scotia deep. Hope you understand this while showing the location in this presentation. The answer for the second question, that Drake Passage is located between which of the following was correct? Port Said in north and South Louis in south is the wrong answer. B. Cape Horn at the tip of South America and the Falkland Island in Antarctic Sea is the wrong. Cape horn at the tip of South America, and the Antarctic Peninsula is the correct answer. The question number 3, which of the following facts are correct? A was, it is influenced by ACC, correct. It is situated on the under-oceanic plate boundary, this is also correct. It is a major choke point as a polar exploration, this is also correct. It is named after Spanish navigator Francisco de Drake, no, it is not correct. The right answer will be Englishman Francisco Drake. Okay, now the fourth question answer is, ACC current is in the Drake Passage, which is the coldest and the largest ocean current. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you. We will be taking up another current location for your preparation in our next video. See you there. Namaskar.
To have more such discussions and analysis, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for notifications on our upcoming videos.